Welcome everybody to the third episode of OmniCast. I am your host, Luna, and I'm with my co-host Flames. And
Yeah. That's a good way to open it.
my bad. And we're here joined by Master CJ. The wait,
Yeah,
you're a Kensei man, right?
absolutely not.
I
No?
heard you were a Kensei main.
Yeah,
I just play for honor from time to time.
oh, yeah. All right.
Well, go ahead and give us a little more than that.
I mean, I guess it was a Valkyrie main when I first started, but then eventually I just ended up drifting, and now I play the game. I play whoever I feel like I want to play.
All right. Yeah.
So CJ, let me into your brain a little bit here. If you had to, introduce yourself properly and everything like that, what would you tell everyone? Well, what do you do here on YouTube?
I'm a YouTuber. Like, I want to say I'm more of a commentator than anything. Like, I'm good at a lot of the games I play, like really good, but I feel what people appreciate more based off what I've uploaded is me talking about the games, not me playing them. So I think in terms of how I influence people, I'm definitely a commentator.
I got you. So CJ, let's go ahead and crack into it. It's come to my attention that you haven't been as active on For Honor lately. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. You are right.
I saw you on that Apex grind. How are you enjoying it?
Honestly, it was like one of those games where when I first saw it, I tried to ignore it, and that lasted like 2 days. And then when I downloaded it, like there's not been a single day since I've downloaded it that I haven't played it. And I put like 10 hours a day into it. So I would say a pleasant surprise. It proves a lot of things for me, a lot of suspicions I have for games nowadays, and yeah, I've had a blast. Honestly, it's been amazing.
And it came from a company that is not really the biggest when it comes to trusted, and when it comes to just microtransactions, they're the worst. EA is honestly one up there. That's kind of really.
Yeah. I mean, EA is they're the producer. They're not the developer, right? Like it's Respawn developing.
Oh yeah.
Like, Respawn
took all of it. Yeah.
Basically, they made the game and then just told EA, give us money. Like, that was it. Like, it had nothing to do with EA as an intellectual property. It was just there,
Damn. So, since this is a For Honor podcast, let's bring it back real quick.
Oh, absolutely.
So, what are your thoughts about For Honor in its current state? I want you to be real.
I was actually working on a video on that. I'd be lying to you if I said, like, I even paid enough attention to know what's going on right now at this moment, but the big things like Splice leaving, heard Eric Pope dipped. I saw him on the latest podcast. I don't know what's up with that though. So maybe he decided to stay or he just hasn't left yet. I don't know. But I guess it's like a lot of I don't mean to be like that guy, and I hate being that guy, but a lot of the things that caused these things to happen, I said like 1 year, 2 years ago, hey, we might want to nip these things in the bud, because if the course continues to go the way it does, like, it's inevitable that this train is going to crash. And back then I got a lot of hate, got a lot of shit talk. A lot of people were just feeling themselves playing for honor. Fast forward a year or two later, now we're in this situation where everybody's trying to scramble to figure out what would give the game longevity and what would, keep it relevant. And it's like, all the things I said that we should have done, we haven't done yet. And it's like, now the resources, the time, the effort to put into trying to fix that is futile. I feel like For Honor is a dead game. Like, it's done. This is the best For Honor is going to get. If you want to improve For Honor, if you want to improve it, you need to focus on it as an intellectual property. So when you release a sequel, hopefully it fixes all the mistakes you made in the first one.
So, like,
I completely agree with that. Yeah.
So by this, you're saying like For Honor's done for?
I mean, For Honor as a game, like For Honor 1, yeah, absolutely. I think as an intellectual property, it has room to grow. Like, there's not enough going on in For Honor to where anything's really, what's the word for it? Anything's like set in stone.
Big. Yeah.
There's nothing going on where it's like, if you change that, it kills the game. Like, no, the game itself is not really like a fully fleshed out thing, Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on lore-wise. I don't know what the fuck's going on geographically. How the fuck are there Vikings, samurai, and knights in proximity at the same historical point in time? Like, you don't really know what's going on. You know, it's just there. Like, it's a
Where the hell are
concept,
the Wulin?
and we're playing. Like, yeah, the Wulin are not on the map, but they somehow exist. They matter, I guess. And it's just like yeah, you know, it's not really a fully fleshed out thing. So when I'm looking for Honor, it's like been a beta this whole time. Like, it's not really its own game. It's just like we paid $60 to play test, you know?
Speaking of betas.
No, but
I'll bring it up later. But
yeah, but like, so at this point, like, you see no like small glimmer of hope in the game. Like, are you still done for?
No, I think I am gonna make like I have this script I was gonna make. It was called 400 millisecond lights and why they aren't the problem. And basically, that shit was gonna talk about how, you know, the focus that people have on these certain aspects making the game unfun. It's like, it has nothing to do with that. Like, problem with For Honor is that For Honor does all of its focus, and it focuses all of its energy into trying to make the game balanced instead of making the game fun. You know, like, who gives a shit if every character is just as viable as every other character? If a game is fun, if a game makes you want to play it because it's fun, people will play it. You understand me? And I wrote this way before Apex Legends came out. And Apex Legends coming out just solidifies that fact. Like, if a game is fun, people won't give a shit. You understand me? Like, a fun game will get players. And then you can worry about balancing after you have the players who want to play your game. You get me?
Yeah.
That's my whole
Do you think in a sort of way the YouTubers that have still stuck with For Honor, they're I guess resting in dead water?
I mean, to be honest, I'm one of those YouTubers. Like, I want to re-engage with my audience. I want to start some new discussions. You feel me? And in order to do that, I gotta go back to For Honor. Like, there's no other game where I have an established audience in. Like, I get 3, 4, 5,000 views uploading Apex, and that's a blessing. That's just because I got a lot of people who just really fuck with me like that. You feel me? Like, I got a lot of people that watch my shit that just really support me. So they watch my shit. But in terms of like a consistent large audience, I would need to stay in For Honor just as much as the next guy. And I don't necessarily have a problem with it. I'm gonna be real with you. I like having influence in For Honor. Excuse me. I like being able to, like, you know, point things out, be like, this is an issue, this is an issue, this is an issue, and people be like, you know, his word is validity. But at the same time, I would like to stretch, because eventually this ship is going to, you know, going to either crash or it's going to land, whatever. But it's going to stop. And I would like to be ArchWizard CJ, the commentating gaming expert YouTuber, not ArchWizard CJ, you know, Valkyrie main or some shit like that. You feel me?
Yeah, you just want to be more, I guess, known for something else than just one particular thing. But my question is more, you know, expanding upon that is, what are your thoughts about, you know, like our progress for For Honor, like from season 1 to now? Do you think we've even made any real progress?
For me, it's like, for a while, I wanted to say, yeah, you know, we've made significant progress since season 1. You know, we fixed certain bugs and issues that were plaguing the game. We balanced certain metas. But I noticed that every single time we balance something, something else gets out of whack. And it's like, you close one hole, another hole opens up. And so you're scrambling, right? And it's like, is the game different from when we started? Absolutely. Have we made progress from when we started? I would argue not as much as people would like to believe we have. Just because the game feels different, just because the focus is different, and just because the way that you approach the game is different, doesn't mean that the experience is different. Like, there's like the same things that were popular back then, the same complaints that were popular back then are popular right now. I still see people to this day bitching about Peacekeeper, saying she's overpowered. And I realize is that it wasn't that Peacekeeper got nerfed, it's that the community got buffed. It's like we got better at the game. So these issues aren't issues to people who continuously play the game. But to the influx of people who do occasionally come back and play, they still complain about the same shit, which makes me realize the game is still the same. It's just that our viewpoint has changed on the game. And so, honestly, no, it's still the same fucking game. I still don't know who the fuck Apollyon is, why the fuck any of this shit is happening, why I should give a fuck about anything other than my KD. And that's about it.
Speaking of Apollyon, I saw a YouTube video saying "In the Mind of Apollyon," and that YouTuber goes into the backstory of Apollyon.
But in a way, you shouldn't have to have that video to explain that. The game itself should explain it, not some YouTuber.
Yeah.
Like that's just bad
I feel like
writing.
I feel like the problem with shit like that is that people confuse shit like that for like, oh, I'm expanding upon the lore, but there is no lore. I just know that she's a
There was no
bitch
lore.
and she wants to kill people
Yeah.
because she's a bitch, and like that was the whole story. Like I don't know why she wanted to do it, and so this random person taking the time to explain it, it's like bless you, it's a great video, but the game should do that for me. What I should be going on YouTube for is theory crafting, speculation, and extended lore. I shouldn't be going on YouTube to know what the fuck I'm looking at.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts actually on the story mode? Have you completed it? Yeah.
No, I still haven't completed it to this day. I just got as far as I needed to get the horns for Valkyrie, and I stopped. But I know what happens at the end. Apparently, like an Orochi beats up Apollyon, something like that.
Yeah. Something. Like
And
that.
Well,
I don't know, bro. Like
but-
to be honest with you, I watched porn that kept me more captivated than that. Like, I just ain't really got. I don't know. That story is just fucking trash. Like this is
I had
terrible.
to force myself to get it done. Like I literally had I know that sounds really bad, but when I have to sit there and force myself to complete something that is a story mode to explain the lore, that is the biggest draw point for me because I love lore. And when I get bored of it within the first 2 missions, I think they're doing something wrong.
My thing is that it took me a year to play the story. Like when I just got this game, I just went straight to multiplayer, and then went around. I want to say like season 4, and I'm like, man, I really want to start customizing my Valkyrie. And then I realized, oh, she's got some cool ass horns. And in order to get them, I had to complete the Viking story on realistic. And I'm like, fuck, I haven't even done the night story. And so I was just like, every single mission felt like a chore. It wasn't fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't engaging. And that's what the game kind of feels like to me at this point. Like I look at gameplay and I just don't get excited. Like it feels like you ever move from a neighborhood where you have really shitty memories and then you go back to that neighborhood and instead of reminiscing, you're just remembering all of the bad shit that happened to you.
Yeah. I see what you're going with.
That's how I feel when I look at gameplay for For Honor. It's just yeah.
I feel like Luna. Like, how many times have I said this now? You could probably keep count. Like, I feel like For Honor is like an abusive relationship to most of its community.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like, here we go.
But speaking of story mode, I saw that you made got a sponsorship of a game called Conquer Blade.
Yeah. I was super happy to see that.
Yeah, I was like, how you think I felt, bro? I got paid, man. That shit was amazing.
But do you think like if For Honor was exactly like that game, like an MMO and set in base historical medieval event, do you think the game would be different and actually survive instead of being just a fighter game?
I think this is what a lot of people expected. I think they expected it to be this large scale like Siege, 32 players in one match type of game, where it's like, holy shit, it's just like it's taking me into this medieval time. I'm fighting, I'm warring, I'm pillaging. I don't know about rape, but some niggas might be into that too. And it's just that's the kind of setting that people expected. Like if you look at the E3 2013 For Honor reveal, it had like the warden character fit with the mace and shield, and it was like, man, this is amazing. And then you play the full game, and it's like you feel so boxed and closed in. It's literally just match after match. There's no connecting world. There's no hub. There's no show off your character space. It's just fucking, why the fuck am I spending all this money on cosmetics to temporarily play against some dickhead who could give a shit about them, just to either lose to them because of some bullshit I couldn't control, or because the game is frustratingly linear, so there's a lot of exploits and abuse going on. And it's just like, I feel distracted when I play For Honor. And when I play Conqueror's Blade, it was like, all right, there's things to do. I wasn't distracted by all the shit surrounding the game. I just felt like I could just play the game, And Conqueror's Blade, it was solid. Like, it wasn't like, I'm going to be real with you, it wasn't like, whoa, I have to play this. But it was, at the same time, it was like, I can see if they just improve upon this. It was a beta. If they can just improve upon this and release it more fleshed out, I can definitely see this being, somebody's, first MMO and like genuinely enjoying the shit,
Yeah.
Speaking of Conqueror's Blade, do you plan on continue playing it and making content off of it, or is it just like a sponsorship video and that's it?
Honestly, like with the kind of computer that I have, like I wouldn't mind playing it from time to time, but if I'm gonna sink my teeth into something like an MMO, that much dedication and time, it needs to be something I 100% holistically absolutely love. And while Conqueror Blade wasn't a bad game, like it reminded me of For Honor. Like, I've fallen completely out of love with that experience, And so it's like, if I'm gonna deal with that, it needs to be repackaged for me to even entertain it. If I'm gonna play a game that reminds me of For Honor, it needs to be completely fantasy based. Do a Tolkien's Lord of the Rings style game with For Honor and combat, and I'll fuck with it. But anything that like directly reminds me of it, I can't really like co-sign on that. So, nah.
What about Elder Scrolls Online?
I was gonna say WoW or something.
Elder Scrolls Online, like I played that shit I was like 13 or something when that shit came out, and I played the fuck out of it. But it was like up until like level 8, and then I stopped because I was just like, I can't get. I'm a hardcore Elder Scrolls fan. Like I'm super hardcore.
Same.
And so like when that game came out, I was in the crowd of people expecting an Elder Scrolls experience, but online, and in reality, it was just like a solid, decent MMO experience that happens to be in Elder Scrolls. And so, I was disappointed. I'm like, I don't really like this. It just doesn't grab my attention. I love Elder Scrolls. I love the atmosphere, but the gameplay is just nothing like I wanted it to be. So I said, nah, I'm good. I just said, fuck it.
All right. Yeah.
So I want to go back to a previous topic. What are your thoughts about For Honor YouTubers actually now getting up and leaving For Honor now that they've realized Splice is gone and other people are following suit? How does that make you feel?
It's a conflicted feeling. I look at Splice and I'm like, you literally told me you were gonna do this like a year ago, so I'm not surprised. But a lot of people like one hand, it's like, look, bro, you gotta understand something the same way I gotta understand it. No matter how you want to slice it, this game is the reason why you're relevant. Reason why I'm relevant, right? It doesn't mean that it's going to be the only reason why I'm relevant. It doesn't mean it's going to always be the only reason why I'm relevant. You got to grow. You got to expand.
Mm-hmm.
But for a while, I used to be like, why do people care? Why do people give a shit? If I want to move, let me leave. Why do you have such a problem with me leaving or moving on? And then you got to recognize that it's like, for people who've invested just as much time as you have in that community, to up and abandon that community, to them it feels like, yo, you do owe us a service. And for a while I used to hate that, but when you recognize the fact that without that game you wouldn't be who you are, the least you can do is maintain appearances. You understand me? Like, that's the least you can do. Like, if I truly don't like For Honor, which I'm gonna be real with you, I'm gonna still play the game when there's important shit going on, so I can give relevant commentary and keep people up to status. I'm not going to leave you in the dust. I'm not going to leave the people who subscribe to me in the dust. It's just that I am a human being like you are. There's going to be times where I spend weeks on end and I'm just like, fuck this game, because I'm not making buku bucks. If I was making thousands of dollars a month, yeah, I keep playing the game, because then it's like, that's finance. I can grow off this. I'm not growing off For Honor. I'm just stagnant. And so it's like, me recognizing that, I'm thinking to myself, for a while, a lot of YouTubers made it seem like, oh, you're the only one who thinks that. And I'm like, all right, I'll respect it. But then as a lot of them started leaving, I'm like, okay, so all of you just kept it to yourselves. And now finally, instead of being rational about it and be like, hey, let me slow down, let me think about it, let me make sure when I leave it's the right time, let me not announce it, let me just do it. It's kind of like telling people you're leaving. It's like an unnecessary thing to me. Like, I don't feel like I need to make a video titled I'm leaving For Honor. Like, why do I need to tell you that? Like, bruh, like, I'm not.
I mean, in a way, in a way, if you really think about it, there was this whole psychological thing I was reading. It was an article about how suicide, and I know this is like two different things, so
no, go ahead.
I'm not saying this is, but anyway, they were saying people, it's like a study or whatever, where people who say they're going to do it, they're going to kill themselves, most likely aren't going to be the people who actually go through with it, and the people who actually show the signs of doing it will do it. And with people that are leaving the community that say I'm leaving, as long as they show the signs, then you can expect them to leave. But if they just say, hey, I'm leaving in this one video, it's been a great run, blah blah blah, and then they leave and then they come back, it's kind of hard to believe. So that's the comparison that my brain kind of made up. But it's like I said, they're two polar opposite things. But when it comes to me sitting down and saying, okay, I'm going to leave For Honor, and then I'm not showing any signs and I'm still playing For Honor, it's
true. I mean, it's not even like that for me. It's like announcing it and then doing it It's like I can see how people would take it as a fuck you. You know, it's like, why are you telling me? Like
publicity stunt.
Yeah, but it's like it doesn't work. You know, in my opinion, it's like if you're gonna tell people that to their face, if you're gonna tell people, hey, you know, I'm leaving, and then it's like, damn, he's leaving, and you don't really give people the opportunity to at least have hope that you would come back every now and again. You're just completely and totally done with the subject, and you have no real reason to be done other than some shit you feel. Yeah, people are not inclined to support you. You know, like it's fucked up. It's like me. I would love to just be able to be like, hey y'all, I'm an Apex YouTuber. Have just as much vigor and energy when I upload for Honor vids as I do Apex. And then they would be like, yeah, sure, ArchWizard CJ. And I'm like, yeah, I can just move. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. You know, like these people subscribe to you for a service. And it's like, even though you're a person, that's not why they subscribe to you. They subscribe to you because you were a very good content creator for this thing that they subscribe to you for. It's like now it's like you cut that supply off. It's like they might already be subscribed to 100 Apex YouTubers, but you're the For Honor YouTuber they always go to. You know, it's like now you're competing with a different pool. Now your content is different. Your vibe could be different. Like the way I am when I play For Honor, I'm not as angry when I play other games because other games, you know, I can enjoy myself. So it's like the anger and venom I be spitting on For Honor. You don't see that with anything else. And like as fucked up as it may seem, some people might like the fact that I'm pissed off.
It feels like for me in a way, like I don't know you as much, but we did, you know, have that duel and I got to talk to you a little bit beforehand, and it seems like For Honor kind of like resurrects this primal instinct for your bad self to come out. Do you think this game does that in general with its community, that it just brings out the worst in people?
Yes. Like everybody I know, everybody that I've played with, everybody I've associated with, like it's like 1% of them that are like that in every other game, but most of them, like playing For Honor is just a negative, toxic environment. It's like if you put anybody in a negative, toxic environment, they're going to give into it. Like it's not a sign of weakness. It's just that's your environment. That's what your immediate environment is. Like it's hard to think about the sun when you're subterranean. You know, it's hard to be happy when you're all surrounded by sad people. You know, it's just what happens. Like if you're in that kind of situation, if you're in that kind of place where everybody around you is a piece of shit, you're gonna become a piece of shit. Like that happens. The frustration about being a YouTuber though is that when you become a piece of shit because everybody's around you is a piece of shit, everybody that's around you, those thousands of people that fuck with you, they're not visible. They're not uploading content. They're not immediately noticeable for the people who watch you. The thing that they notice is that you and your quality of person has gone down. And people get to their aspersions and their assumptions. You can tell them whatever you want, but they're just going to go off their own emotional inclinations. So it's like, even if it's like, yeah, it's because I'm playing For Honor. You know, they don't want to believe that. So they might assert it with something else. Like, oh, you know, he's doing something behind the scenes or something like that. But in reality, it's like, no, it's like being in this toxic environment where a game that promotes ego over actually trying to be good at it, a game that promotes a lot of things that it shouldn't, with the way it's designed and set up, you know, the disrespect that comes from executions and taunts in a way that it's easier to just be a dickhead on this game than it is to be cordial and fair. Like that's just what it is. And it's like
in
the environment.
Let me interrupt real quick. When you said it does promote, you know, ego and everything, how does it, like, you know, because we did talk a little bit, like when we were sparring or whatever, how does it feel going, like, as a YouTuber, as yourself, you know, going into brawls 1v1s and they say, hey, that's CJ, like, what do you get? You get where I'm going with this? Like, how does it feel?
It's like, I'm gonna be real with you, it's a feeling. Like it's not like a woe is me, I'm finna cry type feeling. It's like right now I have not played For Honor in many suns. You feel me? I ain't touched that shit since I touched Apex, so it's at least been a month plus. You feel me? Like I am being 100% the game's disc. I forgot where I put it. I have to look for it right now. That's honestly not true. And so it's like you look at that situation, and I'm having so much fun playing this game. It then becomes this thing where it's like, okay, I want to go back to playing For Honor. And then you got Jimbo or whoever the fuck his name is. He is not stopped playing. You understand me? He is not stopped playing. He is back. And I'm back, you know. So then the situation becomes, oh, is that ArchWizard CJ? I'm gonna take advantage of the fact that he hasn't played in a month. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Oh, he doesn't know that you haven't played in a month, but here's the situation. he's going to go try hard, regardless if I've been playing every single day, twice on Sundays, or if I haven't touched this shit since Obama was in office. You feel me? Like he's gonna go stupid try hard regardless. You feel me? And so now I'm left in a situation where it's like, fuck, because I took a break from this game, somebody is going to try to use my name to exploit me in some way, whether it be clout, whether it be clout, or I'm gonna beat them and then I'm gonna upload them and then I'm gonna get some sort of revenue off it. Or it could be a situation where it's like, you know what? I feel like fucking with this dude. I'm not going to record it. I'm not going to upload it. I just feel like being a piece of shit to CJ just for the sake of being a piece of shit to CJ because I don't like CJ. So then I got to deal with people like that. And I have plenty of people like that. I was going to upload somebody like that pretty soon. And then you got the people that's like, all right, for my personal benefit, I'm going to beat CJ so I can screenshot it, have proof that I beat CJ. This is bragging rights for me. I beat this prominent foreigner YouTuber. I'm going to brag about it. You got people like that. So it's like, I'm not trying to be long-winded about it. I was just going to say, so it's like every single time I get on the game, it's not for leisurely entertainment. It's like a business, like a job. Like I'm competing every single time, which is why I could take a month break, come back, play for like a week, and get just as good as I was when I left because I get no reprieve and no rest,
Yeah,
CJ.
but speaking about what's it called, YouTubers running into other YouTubers that haven't played, like, what about fans who like trying to become foreigner YouTubers and they look up to you? And like they run into you and like let's say like they're trying to beat you just to be like get a little bit rendezvous, like just a little popularity. Sorry. Hey, like let's say like a fan is trying to become a foreigner YouTuber and like he runs into you and he's just trying to play, but he's actually in a try hard mode even before like he even met you in the match. Like, do you ever think like that happens, or do you automatically think like, oh, he's just trying to become popular by beating me?
I feel like both happen pretty frequently, and the way I interpret it, like the way I used to interpret it, was like, look, bro, even though I know you try hard because you want to, prove to me, you prove to yourself, or you just want to not look bad to me, it's like, bro, I don't care. Like me, I don't care. Like you could be a fan and lose to me 100 times in a row, you're not gonna lose any respect. Like, if you support my videos, I don't like saying the word fan, but it's like if you support my videos and you watch my stuff, it's like, bro, it doesn't matter to me, And it's like the way I feel is that, trying so hard to beat me, it's like at what cost? Like what are you doing to beat me? Like, are you playing as good as you can be, and then I'll play you and that's it? Or are you finna take this somewhere where it doesn't need to go? It becomes an unhealthy, altercation
session,
and and then it's like there's been plenty of times where that's happened, where it's like, oh, I used to be a fan, and when I say used to be, it was like they ran into me. Holy shit, it's ArchWizard CJ. I'm a huge fan. That's what they'll say. And then I beat them. It's like I used to be a fan, but I realized I was toxic. And it's like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like you just play like what are you talking about? Like what's the point? What's the point of being friendly if you're just gonna be a piece of shit because I beat you? Now there's been some people out there who truly I'll beat them 100 times in a row. Hey man, I love your content. You're a great dude. Appreciate you. And those people I always say thank you. Like I really appreciate you. But the moment that mood shifts and I can tell that this dude is just frustrated trying to beat me, and then I look at the messages and it's like, I used to be a fan of yours, CJ, but I realize how toxic you are. It's like, no, you're a piece of shit who's mad that you got your booty hole busted open because you're just linear or you're repetitive with your mood, whatever the fuck. You just lost, dog. Like, it don't fucking matter, dude. Why are you so upset, bro? And then it's like, oh, I'm a screenshot CJ being mad at me for being a piece of shit because I'm over here. Wow. He beat me.
Yeah.
I'm upload it to a Facebook or something like that. And so then it's like, bruh, it's like, what is the point? What are you gonna get out of this? 40 likes? Is that a lot to you? That's a classroom, dude. You just fucking sacrificed any bridge we could have potentially had to get your quick come up and to like twiddle your little ding ding. Like, bro, like what the fuck? Like, do you realize that you're not the only person that does this? Like, they think I'm just one person, so for you to act like this, you're so egotistical. Like, no, bro, you're the 101 person to do this. It's just that the first 100 I ignored. You took it to this step, and I lost my shit. Like, that's going to happen. Like, I'm irritated. You are irritating. Like, if you keep doing this, it's going to get that reaction. And like, yeah, you're not keeping doing this, but like, if so many people keep at it, one person is gonna piss me off. It's inevitable. And it's like either I get off the game, which I've done. Or I keep playing and just get more and more miserable. And I feel like that's what happened with someone like Spice. It's like he kept playing. And so for those people, it's like, he gets emotional. He's upset. He's a very emotional person. It's like some people rub him the wrong way and it lasts longer than it would on me. You know, it affects them harder than it would on me. And it's just like, yeah, like that shit happens. Like these are human beings. You people are purposefully trying to manipulate and fuck with to get like some short term, you know, goodie bag out of it, you know?
Honestly, I saw Splice's deterioration like over the seasons. It's kind of sad when you look at it, like because you could see it slowly fading in, and then it just season 6, season 7, season 8. It just progressively got worse.
Yeah.
Other than that, I just personally, I'm not just saying this. You know, I do wish like do what makes you happy. We have such little spans of life that you should be focusing on something that makes you miserable and salty, toxic, bringing out the worst of you. You should always show people the best in you. And I think, in my honest opinion, if he's doing something that, you know, I'm not sure what content he's making now, but if he's doing something that's making him genuinely happy, I say pursue it.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the balance, though, right? You gotta understand that. You got to do what you need to do before you can do what you want to do. Like, even though I would love to just leave For Honor behind for a bit because I want to pursue other things and I want to just be able to commentate on the situation, the status quo, and have relevant opinions, and I can just play it casually, I got to recognize that you got to do what you need to do before you got to do what you want to do. There's going to be days where you don't want to play For Honor, that you're going to have to play For Honor. And you don't have to be fake about it. You can just be like, hey, guys, let me let y'all know I'm a little frustrated today. I don't really feel like playing this shit, but I'm going to play it anyway. And then you enjoy yourself as much as you can. You pace yourself, you limit yourself, and you do what you do until you reach a point to where, okay, I want to try other things. And, you know, you can get a stable, consistent audience to help build you up from there, you know? Like, I'm not at that point. If someone like Kenzo isn't at that point, he's at 115,000. I know his content is different from mine. Excuse me, but if someone like Kenzo isn't at that point, then what makes me think or gives me the audacity to believe that I'm gonna be at that point at 38,000? You feel me? And so it's like, yeah, I want to talk about different things, so I'm going to, but nah. Like, what was you gonna say?
I was gonna say, eventually or whatever, you'll come into your own, even if it isn't on For Honor. You know, maybe you'll find yourself on Apex, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually gonna do that with the homie. Like, I'm not trying to like jerk myself off and nothing because I was gonna upload my highlight videos. But we've gotten to the point where we started doing like comp shit. Like we just started doing wagers, and we're trying to get into the competitive community for Apex Legends. Reasons why is because we want to pursue
booming
that.
Right now.
Yeah, we want to pursue that. Like we genuinely enjoy the game. We're really good at the game. I want to pursue the competitive community, and like that's what I want to do. So I'm going to do it.
So
do you ever plan? But like a quick question to you, CJ. Do you ever plan doing a stream of playing Apex with subscribers?
Oh yeah. I was gonna ask. Do you ever plan on streaming this?
If I do play Apex with subscribers, it could be cool. I just want to. I did that with Fight Clubs, and I'm gonna be real with you. Fight Clubs was some of the most fun I ever had playing For Honor. When I did it with like subscribers, like, it was super fun, and like that was a blast. Like it was just cool. But like, you know, I'm always worried about the bad sheep that one person is trying to fuck it up. But typically, you don't have that happen. But yeah, it was like I would definitely see myself, you know, just like practicing some more because my controller broke. So I haven't been playing Apex because I'm trying to get a new controller. And I was going to wait until the Astro C40 came to play again, but I'm like, that's gonna take like that's just not gonna release until like April 19th to. I mean, not April 19th, March 19th to March 29th. And it's like, I would have to wait 2 to 3 weeks just to get one. So I'm not going to wait 2 to 3 weeks to play Apex again. I'm just playing on this regular DualShock until I can wait. But, yeah, I can definitely do sub games 100%.
So wait, I actually wanted to ask you this. Before we leave the gaming and then we actually focus on more of yourself, I actually wanted to ask, going into For Honor, you remember the first few days you played For Honor, right?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Right when you started versus now, do you think it's changed you as a person?
I feel like everything that's happened since I started the YouTube journey has changed me as a person. I feel like For Honor, on top of what's going on personally, on top of what's going on publicly, I feel like all that combined, yeah, 100%. Like I'm totally different from when I started than I am now. Like 100%.
Do you think you were more how would you describe your past self looking at you now looking at yourself now?
I think I'm just as passionate. It's just that I've been more hesitant with putting out content because I want to make sure that not only is it focused, but like I'm not wasting energy. Because back then it was more of a hobby. Now it's like, oh shit, I'm actually a YouTuber now, so let me treat this shit seriously. But so I haven't lost any passion or any steam. Like I'm even more passionate now than I was before. Because before it was just like I'm at 100 subs. It took me a whole year to get here. Granted, I uploaded like once every 2 months, but still, But now I'm here, so let me rejoice. That's how I felt back then. But like looking at it now, it's like, oh fuck now. Like I'm absolutely ready to go sicko mode. But it's more like, shit like what happened with Natural Killer, shit like what happened with Slice, shit like what happened with such and such so and so, shit that happened personally just made me realize like that leisurely like I was really naive and my mindset was completely different from how it is now. Like 100%.
Well, what was that one YouTuber that quit to go play Dead by Daylight?
True Talent.
Yeah, what happened to him?
That's what happened. He want to go play Dead by Daylight.
That's it?
That's it. That's the end.
Yeah. Damn. I remember seeing one Dead by Daylight, and I genuinely watched Dead by Daylight a little bit, but I was never good at it, so I just kind of, I stopped seeing him in my feed and kind of got sad, and I forgot his name and everything. I hope he's doing good.
He's doing alright.
And we've lost a lot of people.
Yeah, we've lost a lot. Like King Richard and Cypher PK, they came from For Honor.
Oh yeah, they gone.
Yeah, they gone. Like they have no reason to come back here.
Yeah, they went to. I think King Richard went to Fortnite, right?
Yeah, now he's in Apex.
Yeah, he went to more of the battle royale-esque type.
And Cypher PK is still Fortnite.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't he like a pro, like in the pro team?
Yeah, he's on the pro team.
Yeah.
So guys, how was you guys' day going? We probably forgot to start with that.
Pretty good.
Mine cool. I ain't tripping. Straight.
Damn. All right, that's good. At least everyone's doing good today. All right, CJ, let's hit you up with some of those personal questions. All right.
Yeah, we good.
So what do you do outside of YouTube?
Well, I am an artist. I haven't been consistent because I don't know. Really, just haven't been consistent. Like between doing the YouTube shit and what happened to me personally, and like now I'm trying to get back into it. But it's hard for me to get back into it because the way I see myself mentally, I should be way further along than I am physically. So I always talk myself out of like completing anything, and that's like a frustration of mine. But yeah, I do art. I'm trying to work out, trying to get in shape with that shit, and I just be working on a lot of ideas. Like I'll be working on a lot of ideas, like artistically. I play a lot of video games outside of For Honor, of course, and that's where I'm at right now in life. I'm just like getting myself ready, and that's it.
All right, Luna.
All right.
Luna, you
speaking
died?
of art, no, I'm still here. All right, but speaking of art, like I see sometimes you host like art contests in your Discord server. Like, do you ever just plan on like entering a contest yourself to see like how people react to your art in like outside of your Discord server or comfort zone?
I feel like entering a contest would give me a good excuse, but what I'm more interested in is just working on my craft for the sake of improvement. I wanted to do the contest because I wanted to have an environment that was like super, like I wanted a super high competitive environment, and the reason why is because I feel like it's like if you were in a house full of dudes and they were all motivated, all that testosterone and positivity would make you move. Like you wouldn't be sedentary. You wouldn't sit on your ass and not do shit. You would be doing shit.
Basically just the melee scene. Dude, those guys are so fucking passionate. It's so crazy to watch them play.
I'm just saying, like when you're surrounded by passion and positivity and just like testosterone like that, it makes you move. Like I was trying to get a team house with the homie and move in there, move to a mansion with like 12 people, and just like we all wake up at the same time, we in the same location, and then we just grind.
That's what me and the boys in Omni Soldier are like, dude. We're gonna get a house. We're gonna call it Omni House because we have a meme because we put Omni in front of everything.
Yeah.
You gotta call it the Omni House.
But yeah, that's definitely what I was thinking about doing with my homie. But I don't know. We was just gonna get signed to a team. We're not gonna make our own team because the reason why we want to get signed to a team is that we get signed to a team. We learn how it works internally. We learn what kind of conversations there are. We learn how transactions work, and then we make our own team. And I already know if I'm gonna make my own team, it's gonna be magic based. Because I'm corny. But
CJ. Yeah. You watch any shows like anime, sci-fi, Netflix? Yeah. What do you watch?
Yeah. Like right now, I'm watching The Promised Neverland. I'm letting JoJo Golden Wind stack up because I just fucking hate that shit, bro. Like it's like 20 minutes of something, then it does that. Like fuck that, dog. I'm gonna wait for the whole season. Like I ain't gonna watch like 20 minutes of Giorno Giovanna. I'm not gonna watch like 20 minutes of him.
Yeah.
Guessing if he gay or not. This is it for to be continued. Like, no, I'm gonna wait for the whole season to pop off. I'm gonna watch the full thing. You feel me? I'm gonna, get passionate. Get some hot wings and enjoy myself. I'm like, but Dude. Promise Neverland. I don't know, bro. Like, it's a completely different philosophy. Like every single time an episode drops, I have to watch it because shit is crazy. And
I actually picked up Evangelion, sorry. That old freaking show, dude. It's so hard to find, but it is such a good show to watch.
Yeah, to be honest, like my tastes are like really specific. Like I like anime, but anime is like I be cringing when I watch a lot of anime. Like I try to watch Black Clover, and that shit just made me winch.
What did you try watching?
A Black Clover, and that shit just made me winch.
Oh god.
I'm like Butler.
I'm like, it's like, another. Oh no. I watched that too, but like it's another spiky-haired anime protagonist that likes to eat, fucking sleep. And
Naruto version 3.
Yeah, he's like a dog. And then
isn't he like the character that screams a lot?
Yeah, and like
every protagonist.
And like, of course, it's like even though somehow he's the weakest character in his verse, he wins every fight. And that's it.
Let's actually talk about a good anime. Let's talk about Berserk.
Berserk. I feel like Berserk is a good anime because Berserk doesn't function like an anime. It doesn't. It's just it tells a story that would be good in any format, and it happens to be an anime. Like,
all right, CJ, did you watch all of it?
I didn't watch the show, but I read pieces of the manga, and I watched the OVA, but I did not watch the show.
Did you watch the Eclipse?
I know what happens during the eclipse. I know that Griffith is a piece of shit, and that's about it.
Okay, wait. Let me stop you there. So you're saying he did wrong? Griffith did do wrong.
I would have to rewatch because it was like in chunks. Like I saw it on YouTube, then I saw what I could on Netflix when the OVA was on there, and then I read what I could on Kiss Manga when I was reading the manga on there. But from as far as I know, it was a personal gain that happened to benefit other people. So his intentions were wrong, but his actions might have been justifiable from what I know. Except, what he did to, we know what happened.
Yeah.
I was gone. But I'm just saying, as a matter of fact, I was working on my own little concept, it's something that I hold really close to my heart. So I'm not going to tell what it's about, but like I feel like if I ever want to put out an anime manga style thing, it needs to be as dark and as universally translatable as Berserk.
Like, all right. Berserk, can we just for a moment? We just for a moment remember that show, Mike Tyson Mysteries? Can we just?
Oh, that was on. It was like there for like 2 seconds. Like, what happened with that?
It got canceled. They didn't have the funding. Mike Tyson went bankrupt.
Yeah, it was tough.
He couldn't provide the money for it anymore.
That was very tough. This was garbage. If you want to talk about like non-anime shows, I got plenty. Like, come on.
All right. What about that new show that came out on Netflix? I think it's Love, Death, and Robots.
What?
I don't know if you've seen it yet. Yeah, there's a new show on Netflix. It's a Netflix original. It's called Love, Death, and Robots.
I think I may have seen it when I was scrolling by there, but it's
a really good show. I think you guys should watch it.
What's it about?
Honestly, it's kind of hard to tell because I only watched one episode lately, and so far it's so good. But it's just mostly it follows the story of 3 robots trying to figure out like life, what the life of human was. So yeah, it just basically follows about like these three robots trying to figure out what humans live, like how they live before like they disappear, and they have some like good jokes in it and some sexual influence in it. But it's a really good show.
Or are you talking about that one that
Did you guys
just came out? I was about to, it's like an anthology type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to watch that. I'm thinking about shows like Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
I couldn't get into like the major shows like that.
You
like
couldn't get into
Walking
Game
Dead.
of fucking Thrones?
I watched
garbage. Walking Dead is fucking trash.
I watched it. I tried my hardest, and then I got to that scene where the mountain just like crushes that guy's head in like Play-Doh. And then like after that, or whatever, I saw the dog get thrown off a cliff, and then that's as far as I got. And then I was like, at that point, I just started watching like other shows at the time.
No,
I got it.
Absolutely not. When I started Game of Thrones, I only watched Game of Thrones, and I finished Game of Thrones. I think I watched all 7 seasons. I started like, if I wanted to say, I started on Monday, and I finished all 7 seasons, all 80 hours of content, probably around Thursday night. Like, I literally started, watched, and did not stop.
Damn.
Well, like, I mean, I like the show. Yeah. I just don't like how long they are. Like, for like, because
that's the best part. It's like,
bro, like I can't keep concentrated for like 1 hour on that. Like 30 minutes. Like, yeah, we good.
Do art, you can focus on that shit, bro. That shit is amazing.
But that's the thing. That's the thing with art or whatever. I'm actually like 100% concentrated because I'm crafting something, so I have to be. But with like a show like that or whatever, like I have to be fully invested. And like honestly, some of the things, I guess I'm just stupid, but so some of the things I just don't understand. Like with the whole arc when it came to them storming like the castle with the whole Tyrion's thing and the downfall of Tyrion's, like I wasn't like, that was the biggest part for me. I like that. But then when it got from, you know, the midget dude trying to like run away and everything, and then when it like yeah, because I think his best setting was in a setting like that when he could manipulate people, and it was really interesting to see like the the psychology behind Tyrion himself. But other than that, the dragon arc,
I think Tyrion Lannister is my favorite character though, because like
Tyrion he's really good.
I think he has some of the best character development though. Like he genuinely does. He goes from like a drunk pervert who's like self-loathing and shit, and then he turns into like Mr. Nigga. Like he is that nigga. Like I don't know, like whatever.
I'm just saying I didn't really like the I didn't find the dragon arc that enticing to watch.
What's the dragon arc? What season is that?
I think season 5.
Like the mother of dragons, like she has like all the dragons. She fucked that one raider, and then
No, bro, that's like season 1, bro. And that is Khal Drogo, sir.
Yeah.
That's Mr. Khal Drogo.
I just called him that raider.
That's how you know a nigga TP strong when he can rape somebody and they fall in love with him, bro. It's amazing.
No, but when you said like dragon arc, I thought what they actually showed the dragons, not the lead.
That's why I call that shit though. I call that shit Khal Drogo strokes. Like, you rape a bitch and she falls in love with you. That's how good your dick is. But in terms of No, I liked all of their character progressions. I think when she finally got to use them dragons, like that shit was fucking crazy, dude. I love that shit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in terms
So
of
let's talk about other
Let
stuff.
him finish.
Bro, I've been waiting to talk about the R. Kelly incident.
R.
Let
Kelly
him
shit?
finish first.
That's gross. What you want to talk about with that?
Did you even see? Did you hear about what happened with R. Kelly? Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a documentary and I
Surviving R. Kelly.
Yeah, and I saw the interview.
Yeah. That man.
I mean,
when I saw
I mean, from what I've seen, it was like how do I word it? It's like I wasn't surprised, nor was I shocked, but I was disgusted.
You trying to kill me?
Oh, you talking about
Yeah.
No, that shit was funny as fuck. I laughed like audibly out loud when the nigga did it. Like, bro, ain't nobody falling for this. Sit your dumb ass down. You grown ass man. Oh, there with them fake ass crocodiles. You scared because you about to get your booty hole ransacked by a nigga 3 times your size in prison. You're not scared because you fucking didn't do it.
Bill Cosby waiting behind them bars.
Nah, Bill Cosby probably did. That nigga already died.
Oh, really?
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised because he's
Oh,
gone. He's gone.
Yeah.
But
Pop.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he did it or not. But the thing is that he's gone. And
yeah,
R. Kelly, I have no mercy or remorse for. Like, you fucked them kids willfully. You were on camera fucking them kids. You paid them kids' parents not to tell them that you fucked them. And some of the kids he was fucking, he was also fucking the parents. So that's why they didn't say anything. So it's like, you just over here doing your thing. It caught up with you. Don't fucking look for mercy. I ain't got no fucking.
Yeah, I think we saw this coming. It was just in the signs. I think the first thing we heard is of him pissing on some girl.
What?
No, the first thing you heard was Aaliyah. He married Aaliyah, and Aaliyah was 16 years old. People don't realize that.
Oh yeah.
And then the girl peeing on the girl was one thing. There was another video where he was saying shit like, "Let me play with that 14-year-old pussy."
Yeah.
Show. Yeah, and it was like, "Show daddy that 14-year-old cooch," and I'm over here like, okay, I mean, like, I don't know, like, he really into it. Like, he's really, like, he kept bringing up the age, and it's like, all right, you really are into the fact that she's like underage. Like, it's almost like that taboo is why you pursue it so hard, But yeah, like that's what these niggas do. They do disgusting bullshit like that.
Yeah, you're right.
In fact, like, they think they can get away with it with money. Just like, why?
I don't know. I think he sold his soul to the devil or something. Cause, like, I'll be real, he made some really phenomenal songs, but ain't nothing gonna excuse the fact that you fuck kids. Like, come on now, dog. Like, the black community over here, like, they just trying to bring another brother down. Like, shut the fuck up. That nigga really did that shit. He 155,000% did that shit. Nobody is surprised by this. Nobody is like enticed by him. He did this shit. Like, stop trying to make it seem like it's this racial thing when it's not. That nigga is a rapist. Just accept the fact that he raped, and let's get that nigga arrested, bro. Let's get the fuck out of here. Like, why are we still allowing this man to walk around and breathe the same air as us and be a representation of us? I think it's a blessing when shit like that gets exposed, because it's like, black people gotta be associated with that fuckery. It's like, no, we don't do that shit. He does. Like, get that nigga out of here, not me.
Yeah. There's also that thing with Michael Jackson with the whole documentary. I'm not sure if you saw it, Leaving Neverland.
Oh, now that's bullshit. Like, that's been proven time and time again. The same people that's been trying to get money 10 years is trying to come back again. Same bullshit.
Exactly.
They've been proven a lie to so many different times. Oprah can suck 10 dicks 10 times for that bullshit. Fucking irritated me with that. Like, why would you fucking?
Bro, like he's already dead. Like, leave him.
Like, not only is he dead, not only is he gone, but the nigga did so much good. None of y'all wanted to say shit then. It's like, I was scared because no, you wasn't scared, nigga. Yeah. Like, you just a bitch. Like, you're trying to get money off him, and like the person who slept the most with Michael Jackson, the boy from Home Alone.
Yeah, Home Alone.
Yeah. Remember, he lied about that shit, and he was like, "All right."
Yeah, I saw that.
Give it a buck.
Ironically enough, I watched Home Alone 2 that morning, and then I saw that, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
And then it turned out that no, Michael Jackson's not a rapist. He don't do that shit. He don't do anything that they're trying to say that he does. These niggas just want money, and it's like, bruh, the niggas that's still trying to say that he does that shit, they've been proven multiple times to be liars. And the one dude that might have had a case, the one who spent the most time with him, was proven to be a liar. and he absolutely did nothing with him from his words. He has no reason to lie about that at this point. And so it's like, bruh, it's like you look at the situation and it just irritates me. Like, that's slander. Like, R. Kelly really raped them bitches. You can really have a story with R. Kelly, but you want to focus on this. Did Michael Jackson fuck these dudes who's been saying that Michael Jackson been fucking them since they were kids, over here lying since they were kids because they want the money that he has from his estate. It's like, fuck you.
All right, Luna. We got a little time, so ask any last minute questions you want to ask to CJ before I wrap up for us.
Yeah, like you say you became a full-time YouTuber or a real YouTuber like this year, right? Or sometime this year. But
it's 2017.
All right. But to somebody out there like who's trying to become a YouTuber or like, looks up to you and wants some advice from you, what would you say to them? Like encouragement or like dedication?
Bro, I'm still trying to figure it out myself. I don't know what the fuck to tell them. Maybe I guess one thing that I lack that a lot of people around me don't, and that's why they've grown faster, is like consistency. Like, just be consistent. Like, put out content that's quality every time. Like, here's what you need to understand. Like, what's the bit? I had it just right when I said it earlier. Quality control is important. Like, spamming content is not what's going to get you there, but being consistent with putting out content will. If you are consistent with your uploads and their quality uploads, you will make growth. That is just point blank period. That is facts. If you try to spam content, like any publicity is good publicity, like no. Like any content is not good content. Consistent content is good content. Consistent quality content will guarantee you growth. If it takes you a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, it will guarantee you growth. And it's like you just gotta be steady, you gotta be perseverant, and you gotta want this shit. It's not an easier route. People think that YouTube is like walking the park compared to like getting a real job. It's like, no, fuck you. I have to network just as much. I have to work just as hard. I'm in just as competitive in an environment. If I really want to make this shit pop, I have to work twice as hard than a job because a job is easy. A job is guaranteed. I go there, I work, I get my paycheck. That's it. Working on YouTube, you gotta dedicate yourself to it, like because it's a lifestyle. Being a YouTuber is a lifestyle. You have to dedicate yourself to it. You have to get ready for when you get successful, and then you have to change the way that you speak in the public. You have to change the way how you act and react to things and how you are in public. Because if you are really going to be dedicated to being a YouTuber, you have to fully acknowledge that it's a lifetime thing. You understand me? Like, I am not going to be like, oh, I'm a YouTuber, but outside of YouTube, I'm not thinking about how I can promote myself and improve myself. Like, no, everything I do is going to be dedicated towards my career because I have an end goal. My end goal isn't just to be the best YouTuber I can be. Perhaps it might be. I never know. But right now, my goal is to transcend. I want to be a YouTuber and use that platform as influence. And I want to use that influence to make serious changes in the communities I wish to involve myself in, like gaming. You understand me? And so it's like, if you really want to make that shit pop, if you really are passionate and dedicated to being that person, then it's going to require just as much commitment as anything else in life that requires that much dedication. If you are full of shit and hoping that this is just an easy way out, that this is just a lackluster way to fucking make some bucks, you're going to be severely disappointed to find out that it is 10 times harder to maintain consistent income as a YouTuber than as somebody who works at construction or as somebody who works something else. Like, point blank period.
All right. So I asked Mege this on the last podcast, and I feel like this is going to be no issue for you if I ask you this. This is going to be the ending question. It's going to be the big one. So, CJ, in your opinion, what is it to be human?
What is it to be human? Like the human experience?
Yeah. What is it, in your opinion, to be human?
I used to have a really negative opinion on it. It used to be a situation where it was like, life is about distracting yourself until you die. But I had a conversation with my homie, and it's when we took acid. I'm not even joking. Took acid, got stupid high, and we started talking. But we was making a lot of sense, It wasn't like we were just drooling from the mouth. And I think the human experience is forward momentum. Don't stop moving. I feel like the reason why we see people like get Alzheimer's and we see people mentally or physically deteriorate and it saddens us is because the human experience is about forward momentum. As long as you're moving, as long as you're growing, as long as you're developing, as long as you're maturing, that is the human experience. Fear keeps us motivated. That's our source of motivation because life is finite. But I honestly feel that after death is more life. I just feel like death is its own thing. It does exist, but in terms of if we cease to exist, I don't think so. I think the human experience, I think we are infinite. I think we will always exist. We will never not exist. I think no matter where we are in the universe, we will continue to exist. So my belief is that the human experience is about constantly moving, growing, evolving, and maturing.
Tennis all splintered, folded in a hitter, another